So, hello beautiful souls, greetings, welcome to Infinite Love. It's been quite a while since I've done a video, and so I kind of figured I'd start making videos again, and start off really simple. So we probably won't have a fancy editing for a while because a lot of things have changed, but also because our computer basically took a shit. And it's Mercury retrograde, so it's all good. No worries. We can do videos just like this, no problem. No worries. Wow, what's happened in my life? A lot of growth has happened in my life, and I want to share. I just want to start sharing more of myself because I put so much emphasis on it had to be perfect. We had to do editing. We had to get all of these special fancy things, and now we don't have that. So it's like either take imperfect action or take no action at all. And spring is the time of starting to, winter is inwards, introspection, inwardly focused. And when we come around to the equinox in spring, we're starting to kind of stretch, and our energy is becoming more outwardly flowing. And so that's me right now. And so it's like either I take no action, either I take imperfect action, or I take no action at all. And that just doesn't resonate with me right now. A lot of growth, really deep growth has has taken place. A lot of things have shifted for me. I spent a lot of the time that I've been gone integrating, doing shadow work, doing really divesting myself of the lower vibrational energies, integrating the emotional body, integrating the light, integrating the dark. And so it's led to so much growth, and I'm like, yeah, I'm ready to take this on again. I'm ready to do this again. And so I'm really excited to do this again. I hope you guys see me. And so I'm really excited to do this and be doing this again. As well as there are things that are going to be coming up that I'm going to be offering. Just to kind of slowly get out there. And yeah, right now is a time of action. I can feel the outward movement. Okay, it's time to outwardly flow our energy. Excuse me. It's time to heal wounds. It's time to look at our shit. It's time to look at our shadows. It's time to really connect. It's time to really come together and gather with like-minded souls to really almost help raise the energy, raise the vibration. Also, give me a second. On another note, another shift that has been changing and shifting in my life is my intuition. It's shot up quite a bit. I was thinking in my head, not to toot my own horn, toot toot. Weird. It was like that really like excited part of me that's like, yeah. But my with doing the shadow work, with doing the integration, it's helped my intuition become clearer. And with that, I started reading. I started doing readings. I'm still really new at it. Really new at it. I've always loved it. I've always wanted to do it. Always. But there was so much fear in my life and in my beingness that I just wasn't ready. And now that I'm divesting myself of the really, of negative limiting beliefs, traumas, wounds, really deep old wounds, I'm beginning to give readings to other people, and so far, I have received a really good, I mean, it's not like huge, but I've received really good reviews, I suppose. And I'm also learning that sometimes when you read people, you also have to be discerning in who you want to read for, because some people aren't open and they don't see themselves or what's going on in their life very clearly. They see it with more of a distorted view, which is where we all have distorted. We all color. We all color our world with our own perspective. But when somebody's views are a bit distorted and they're not quite reading what's actually there, they're kind of still buying into their own bullshit, BS belief systems. They're still buying into the fear. They're still buying into the trauma, the old wounds, the old patterns. They may not see things as clearly as you may be bringing them through. So it's up to you as a reader to also be discerning as to who you want to read, and when, in what situations, and everything like that. And so, yeah, I'm excited, and to be sharing myself again in this way. And what else do I wanna share with you guys? I have been working with some amazing people, and I'm going to do individual videos for them because they deserve their own video. They deserve their own almost kind of like advertisement almost. They deserve their own video because these beings are truly amazing, and they've helped me do the shadow work. They've helped me integrate and really heal these wounds that have been keeping me small and safe for my whole entire life. And I guess one other thing that I want to share before I go is that I've lived a very disempowered life, and this is why I want to do this. This is why I want to empower people. This is why I want to help, because I have lived such a disempowered life, and I see that through the divestment of these fears, these traumas, these negative limiting beliefs, through the integration work, I'm seeing just how true that is. I already knew it was. I already knew it was true. But when you actually experience it, it's a whole different world. It's a whole different experience. It's an inner experience. So therefore you receive inner standing. That's where the inner standing. It's an inner experience that's like, okay, now I can't deny this because. So I've lived a very disempowered life. I've had, I always believed that I was stupid, ugly, and I would never amount to anything. And I mean, that's what I was told. And that's okay because I understand it from a higher perspective now. I understand that I have so much to give this world, and that I'm a beautiful, amazing being that has so much to offer this world. And so if you're out there and you may be living a very disempowered life like I did, I've dealt with so many bouts of depression, anxiety, not a whole lot of anxiety, but definitely anxiety of when it comes to a room. And, I have the whole empath thing going on, and, really, really deep filler all my whole life. And I'm just barely learning how deep that goes, by the way. There'll be a different video for that. But if you're out there and you're living this disempowered life through these disempowered thoughts, through these disempowered beliefs of I'm not worthy, shame, guilt, powerlessness, lack of abundance, all of these different lower vibrational states of being: despair, depression, all of these things, anger, madness, confusion. Confusion can be, it's not bad, it's just, actually confusion I'd say is a pretty good state of being. But nonetheless, you understand, right? I trust that whoever watches this will get it. But if you have lived that disempowered life with those disempowered thoughts and state of mind, state of being, know that it does get better. All you have to do is ask. That's what I started doing. Is I was watching all these videos from these beautiful beings that, you know, like I see that they're living their passion. They're fulfilling their mission, so to speak, as a starseed, a light worker. They're really shining their light. So I started asking Spirit, my guides. I just started asking, you know, please, you know, I want to, please send me a guide to help guide me through these different challenges, to guide me through the integration process, to help guide me through learning and knowing and becoming knowledgeable and wise, truly wise, of the different mystical aspects and things that we can get into and play with, and deliciousness of life that can be tapped into. What was I saying? That was like an incredible, like, I started channeling like higher energies. That was awesome. That's our natural state of being. We're meant to be in that natural, beautiful state of flow and of ease, of connection. And just because we've lived a disempowered life doesn't mean that once we do the integration, once we do the shadow work, once we do the work, it doesn't mean we'll never experience that bad, the negative ever again. It means that we can approach it and we can experience it in a much higher way, in a much higher vibrational way that keeps us connected, that keeps us tapped in, that keeps us tapped into the intuition, into the flow of life. There's so much here. Oh my gosh. But I did want to put that message out there. If you've lived that type of life, ask. Because in the asking and the releasing of the resistance of expectation of what it needs to look like, maybe you're like, I want to ask my guides to bring in, you know, a guide for me to help me with shadow work and integration. But you also have to simultaneously release the resistance of it has to be now. Because the universe, God, whatever you want to call this beautiful, magnificent source of all that is, works very mysteriously through synchronicity, through magic, through everyone. And when we release that expectation, we release the resistance to it, to how it needs to look and smell and see and touch and all of these other things. And so in the releasing of that means that it can come to us in whatever form it needs to come in. So ask. Number one, ask. Number two, release the expectation of what it might need to look like. Let it. Number three, allow it to come into your world, into your reality, into your intuition, in whatever way it needs to come. So maybe number three would be stay open, and then number four would be to receive and to keep an eye out. But yeah, it gets better. Just ask. I was the energy was getting so intense for me, and I was feeling completely torn apart by the energies, completely torn apart on an energetic level. And when I started doing integration, I started having these shifts that, oh, I feel okay in my body now. I want to be here. I love life. I want to be of service in my own beautiful, amazing way that's truly unique to me. And I finally feel like I can do that. Now, that's not to say that I'm all good and I'm enlightened and that's all the work I ever have to do, because it's not. This is infinity we're talking about. We will infinitely be divesting ourselves, because it could be we can outgrow a belief. You know, we're just not taught that in society. We can outgrow beliefs, and they can truly be not be serving our highest growth, our highest good in any given moment. So we always have to stay conscious of, is this belief still serving me, or is it disempowering me? Is this belief is this belief helping me expand and spread my light and spread love and spread joy? Or is this belief helping me stay closed off to others, paranoid about others, in fear about others? The state of the world right now is kind of chaotic. And so in that chaos, we need a ground. We need to ground. We need to center in that love. We need to center in knowing. We need to be in that really knowing space that's connected up above to the cosmic, energies, and to the cosmic, to the all that is. But also we need to ground below into the earth, into the physical. There's also discernment that is beneficial to have, because especially with all the chaos, the chaotic energies, there are good, there are bad, there's ugly, there are tricksters, there are people that want to manipulate, there are people that want to drop us into the fear state, because when we're in fear, we're easily manipulative, or we're easily manipulated. And so there's a lot going on, and I can't wait to share so much more with you guys. Ground, get outside, get in nature, ground into yourself. What do you love? Start doing something that you love, that you may have put on the back burner years and years ago, or you told yourself, or somebody else told you, that it's not an acceptable way to make a living here in physical reality. Now, all of these rules are going out the window. It's time for us to really ground into that knowing, ground into that intuition, and that's in the state of flow. You're doing what you love. You're expansive, you're open, you're receptive to everything, to all that life has to offer. But when we go to a job that we hate every single day, and we're begrudgingly, not liking our environment, our coworkers, our wherever we are, or even ourselves, because, we're unhappy, then it's time for a shift. It's time for a new realizations. And yes, it's not created overnight. It's not created easily. It's not created, actually it can be created very easily. It's not created without work, without the physical action, the work part, the physicalization, the physical actions. So I guess my advice there would be to ground in love. What do you love to do? Reconnect with yourself. Reconnect with nature. What did you love to do as a kid? What do you love to do? Like I said, what did you love to do that somebody told you that's not a sustainable way to make a living? Well, not in the old paradigm, but in the new paradigm, it's very sustainable. It's absolutely sustainable. It's absolutely necessary, actually. That's the whole flip of the paradigm. Well, not the whole flip, but that's part of the flip. And so, I leave you with that. I feel like a lot of just came through. So thank you so much for watching. This is a whole new channel, so it's going to be revamping, and in time. Let things be a process. That was also the last bit of the message on the last message I gave. Is, yeah. Anyway, so thank you so much for watching. Things are a process. Things will shift, but I'm ready, and I can't wait to share these things with you, and I can't wait to connect with you guys more, whoever is out there watching these videos. So thank you guys. So much more to come. Thank you. Peace.